I would like to confirm from you guys that you can hear me loud and clear. Yes, thank you, thank you. So let us continue. So in the last session, we were talking about data types, and in data types, we were talking about strings, right? So so we saw how to define a string. What are the different types, like using a single quote or double quote, when to use single quote, when to use double quote, and escape character as well, right? And how to check data type. Okay. So there is a special function called len. Len is a function. So whoever started their camera, please turn it off. Yeah. So len is a function. Len is a function. It gives us the length, right? It gives us the length of the string. So this length function, we can use it on strings, on list, on tuple, on set, right? We can use that this length function on all different data types, not on the integer or float data type. Okay, and complex as well, because they don't have because they don't have length, right? Because integer doesn't have a length. Integer has only one value, right? Integer has only one value. Integer or float or complex, right? So let us see the length. We have a length. We have a variable today here, right? It is a variable, and it is a string data type. So like I said, string has a length. To make it simple, what I will do is I will just remove all of this string, extra string, and let's see the length of this string, right? In order to see the string, output, we need to use print function, right? Print is the output function. Using that, we can see the output. Let us run this again. See, we got 15. So this string has a length of 15, meaning the string has 15 characters in this string, right? In this string, there are 15 characters. So a space is also a character. Okay, a space is also a character. Remember it. Even if there is a empty space, it is a length one. Okay, the length of the empty space is one. Okay, and that will be considered as a character, as a length. Okay, so length function is very useful to know the length of the string or any other value. Okay, remember it. It is very useful when we are talking about loops. In loops, it is very useful. So we know string data type, and what we need to know is string concatenation, right? Let's talk about string concatenation. Spelling mistake unte ఏమనుకోకండి please. Don't focus on the spelling. సో స్ట్రింగ్ కంకాటనేషన్ అంటే మీకు తెలుసు కదండి. టూ ఆర్ మోర్ స్ట్రింగ్స్ ని మనం కలపడాన్ని కంకాటనేషన్ అంటాం, రైట్? స్ట్రింగ్ కంకాటనేషన్. లెట్స్ సే you are getting you have two names, first name and last name, individually, right? First name, last name individual గా ఉన్నాయి. Now you want to show the full name, right? You want to show the full name. How do you do that? You will use something called string concatenation here, right? So let us define the first name here. Let's take John as first name, and let's take Doe as last name, right? First name and last name. Now we want to concatenate these two, first name and last name, and show full name, right? So how do we do that? Let's define a variable here again. Let's call it full name. Full name equal to first name plus last name, right? If we try to print this full name, now we can see the output. Now we can see the output of full name. See, we got John Doe. So we got full name, but there is a problem, right? Whenever we give names, there will be space between first name and last name, right? But we are not getting that space, right? To fix this issue, one way is add space after first name in the string itself, or add space before second name in the string, right? Both of them will result in a space, right? Let me run this and show you, right? Now we got a space. Okay, this space is coming from the second name. This space is coming from the second name, right? But most of the times what happens is that we get name from the user, so there will not be any space between them, right? So in that case, we need to add a empty string here, okay, before between first name and last name. How do we do that? We'll simply define a empty string like I said. Okay, see, first name plus space last name, right? Now if we run this, see, we got full name with a space as well, right? So this is called string concatenation. మీ అందరికి తెలిసి ఇది నాకు తెలిసి, right? If you don't know, we just use plus operator to concatenate two strings. Okay, we use plus operator to concatenate two strings. Okay, మీరు బై మిస్టేక్ స్ట్రింగ్ కి బదులు ఇక్కడ నంబర్ ఇచ్చి కంకాటినేట్ కి ట్రై చేశారనుకోండి, it will throw an error. See, first name is a string, after place we have a integer value. Okay, integer. If I try this, see, type error, right? Only concatenate string to string, not integer. That is what it is saying. Only concatenate string to string, not integer. Okay, remember this. Okay, string to string. Last name. Okay, so string concatenation. Next, so what happens is that, let me just copy here, copy it here. We'll talk about slicing. Slicing. Okay, slicing. This slicing is applicable on list and tuple as well. Okay, slicing అనేది మనకి లిస్ట్ అండ్ tuple లో కూడా అప్లికేబుల్ అవుతుంది. We can do this slicing. Okay, so listen it carefully. I'm not going to repeat it on all of them. Okay, అన్నిట్లో నేను స్లైసింగ్ గురించి డీటెయిల్ గా చెప్పాను. ఓకే, ఎందుకంటే స్లైసింగ్ అన్నిట్లో సేమ్. సో వాట్ హ్యాపెన్స్ ఇస్ దట్ this string as you can see has a length of, what was it, 15, right? 14 or 15, right? 15 characters. So every character has a index number. Okay, ఈ స్ట్రింగ్ లో ఉన్న ప్రతి క్యారెక్టర్ కి ఒక ఇండెక్స్ నంబర్ ఉంది, అండ్ ఈ ఇండెక్స్ నంబర్స్ స్టార్ట్స్ ఫ్రమ్ 0. ఓకే, ఇండెక్స్ నంబర్స్ start from 0 and every character including spaces will have an index number. Okay, so we can use these index numbers to access individual elements or group of elements. Okay, let's say you want to get only this today word from this string. How do you do that? You try to print today here, the variable, it will print everything, right? It will print everything, but I want to get only this value, this today, or just this holiday. How do you do that? So for that we have something called slicing. Okay, and index numbers are useful in this case. We use index numbers. Like I said, index numbers will start from 0 and every character will have an index number. In this case, T as an index number 0, O as index number 1, and so on. Okay, so how do we do that? How do we access it? We use curly braces here, sorry, square brackets, okay, and in the square bracket we can give the index number. Okay, if I give 0, see what happens. See, I got T. Like I said, 0, at 0 index number we have T, right? If I give 1, I'll get O, right? So index numbers starts from 0 and every character has an index number, right? But using this method we can access only one character or one element, right? One character or one element. In case if you want to access more than one character, like I said, like a word or anything like that, we can use something called starting index number and ending index. Okay, starting index number and ending index number. So here, let's say I want to access today, right? I wanted to access today. So how do I do that? Is T as an index number 0, right? So I will give 0 and colon. Okay, colon. To separate starting index number and ending index number, we will use colon. And ending index number, we need to give ending index. What is the ending index number for the today? Can anyone tell me that? You just count it here. 4. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. Right? Yes. So there is a catch. Let me show you that in action actually. See what happened? What happened? Y was missing, right? We give correct index number. At 4 we have Y, that is correct. But what happens is that whenever we give ending index number, the last number will be ignored. The last number will be ignored. Okay, so whenever we give ending index number, remember it like that, n plus 1, number plus 1. Okay, if you want to print today and Y has an index number 4, you should give 4 plus 1, in this case 5, right?
கண்ணோடு கண்ணோடு கண்ணோரமாய் காதோடு காதோடு காதோரமாய் நெஞ்சோ
whenever you give, increment it by 1. Okay, n plus 1, remember it. Okay, n plus 1.